Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Night at the Museum, Kahmunrah Rises Again. And yes, this is actually the fourth film in the Night at the Museum franchise, but it's animated this time, and coming to Disney Plus, where Larry Daley's son Nick winds up becoming the new night watchman at the Natural History Museum, and Kahmunrah is back again. But you know who's not back? Any of the cast. And it's hard watching this, really thinking about, like, this used to be such, like, a fun franchise and everything, and, like, I really did enjoy the first one, and I think the second one was fine, and the third one I haven't actually seen. And watching this, it's like shoehorned in. It's like, hey, we should just have Larry's son be the night watchman now. And, like, you have a bunch of people replaced. Like, none of the original cast members are really here. You have the likes of, like, Steve Zahn popping in, and Tom Lennon, and Zachary Levi, and Chris Parnell, filling in for some pretty big-name people throughout this story. And, you know, there's no Ben Stiller. There's none of that. And none of those cast members. So a lot of it just feels like a cheap imitation, which is unfortunate, and especially if they're going for the fact that, like, this should be a sequel, and this is animated and, like, an hour and 15 minutes. You're kind of like, why are we even doing this? And they're recycling a villain. They're bringing Kahmunrah back from the second one. They couldn't even get Hank Azaria either. And you're just kind of sitting there like, what was the point of this? Money, subscribers, duh. You have this franchise that hasn't been doing much recently. I can't remember the last time they released one of these films. And now you're throwing on Disney Plus. You're bringing all the characters back, but none of the spark of the cast that brought them all to life to begin with. And it really just comes down to, like, it feels like a cheap remake made for animation that's short, sweet, to the point. Not a whole lot of extra bells and whistles. Just solid in many different ways. It has its moments. Otherwise, it's kind of just there. And you're playing off the legacy of the series at this point. And you don't even have, like, the Sean Levy to even bring that little magic to it either. And it's just pretty blah, and disappointing that this is where this franchise is gone, that they're making straight to Disney Plus animated sequels to this live action franchise that did pretty well for itself, and I remember when Night at the Museum came out, and that was a nice surprise. This, nothing surprising about it. It's exactly what you expect it to be, and in the end, pretty disposable. But those are my thoughts on Night at the Museum, Kahmunrah Rises Again. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.